Thankfully, none of those guys turned around. So I thought I would start off this video by saying something that goes completely against the title. And that's that I've had a lot of fun playing Battlefield 2042 actually. And I think that's what makes it even more disappointing that this game has released half-baked, unfinished, and just a complete buggy mess. Like, if you just ignore Battlefield's design changes with this iteration that kind of mimic Call of Duty in a lot of ways, and I understand why Battlefield players hate that, but if you just ignore that for a second and look at the state that this game released in, it is so triggering. It's obvious this game released way too early and it just destroyed so much of the experience. I don't understand how games aren't learning from Cyberpunk's release, because now DICE's reputation is fucking destroyed because of this game. So I kind of just want to go over everything that I've experienced with this game. I think I have over 100 hours in 2042 already. Just to start off, if you guys don't know me, my name's Nate, and I have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours in FPS games like Call of Duty, Apex, Counter-Strike, and Battlefield. So I thought I would go over everything that I've experienced with this game, what I think is actually okay, what I think is absolutely horrible and is really holding the game back, and basically just go over why every single time somebody comes into my Twitch chat and asks, do you recommend this game? And I say, no, I don't, even though I already have over 100 hours in the game. So to start off, yeah, this game is a buggy fucking mess. There is so many different bugs in this game. And you know what's like kind of concerning is I went back and watched the beta footage of this gameplay, and almost like all of the insane bugs that were in my stream for that beta were fixed in the full release. But there is still like a million more bugs because this game just released way too early. Yeah, some of the bugs were really fun, like the ladder glitch that just shot you across the fucking map. That was really fun. But a lot of the bugs are not fun, like the one where you respawned and you couldn't move, shoot, or jump or anything. And if you got killed, you couldn't get revived and you couldn't redeploy, so you had to completely quit your game. No, I got the glitch where I can't fucking... I can't stand up. Son of a bitch. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I have no respawn thing either. It just like completely glitched out. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this glitch? What? You just run into bugs constantly. I've had times where I've respawned, gone to a fight, and I've literally ran into 4 different bugs within 30 seconds. And it just makes the experience so much worse than if they would have just waited and released the game when it was more polished. But for me, the bugs weren't even the most tilting thing. The most tilting thing for me is the input in this game and how unbelievably laggy it is. The mouse input in this game has such bad delay and accel, especially when you're in close range gunfights. It is impossible to be consistent. This has been an issue since the beta, and it was acknowledged by the actually, it's been acknowledged by the devs, I think 3 times now, and somehow it has still not been fixed. I thought I was wrong and maybe just losing my mind until I went back and played Halo Infinite for a couple hours, and then went right back to 2042, and it was night and day how delayed and laggy and just awful the mouse movement is in this game. I don't know how they like aren't aware of what's going on. Not to mention just overall the performance in this game is horrible. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that we're playing 128 player servers on massive maps, fucking 20 vehicles, tornadoes, all kinds of shit going on. It makes sense that it's gonna run like shit. It doesn't help that I have a 12 core CPU and the game caps me at 8 cores. I've heard different arguments for this, that they do this on purpose. I don't know exactly what's going on, but yeah, regardless, the game runs really badly, and that just instantly takes away so much of your PC player base if they can't run it. And there's like so many people are unable to get new hardware today. Everything is out of stock. It just was not a good idea in my mind. There are just a lot of decisions in this where I like the fact that Battlefield is trying something new, because me personally, Halo and the new Call of Duty Vanguard, I played them for, well, some of them less than a couple hours, just because it's the same shit every year and it's so boring and repetitive. So I was happy when Battlefield tried something new, but most of these just completely missed the mark. One of the biggest complaints that I've seen with this game is the fact that they got rid of the classes Recon, Engineer, Support, Assault. All of those are gone and replaced with Specialists like Call of Duty. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I actually think the Specialists are pretty fun. But what I don't get is why they had to get rid of classes. Why can we not have classes and then have the Specialists assigned to those specific classes? Why can the Healer Girl not be on Medic? Why can Sundance not be on Engineer and McKay be on Assault? It just, I don't see why they had to get rid of that part of the game that like core Battlefield players love. Not to mention just some of the basic features that you would expect from an FPS game in 2021 and Battlefield, like a scoreboard that shows deaths and kills and caps and all that, that we just don't have. The fact that even after 3 updates, the world icons still add insane clutter to your screen, and you don't have an option for opacity that was in the beta and for some reason is taken out of the full release. The fact that you can't have a setting to where you can ADS and get rid of the icons so you have no clutter, that like every single Battlefield game has had for I don't know how many years, and something that MW Ground War had. There's no all chat, there's no VoIP. It's so strange. There's so many different decisions where I'm like, I just don't understand what was going through their head. Like for example, why did they bring back insane spread? They've now, but when I'm making this video, they have made it better to more closely what it was in the beta, because from the beta to the full release, they increased the spread like crazy, and it made most of the weapons unusable and super unsatisfying. But my point is why was it increased at all to begin with? Battlefield 5, apart from the horrible random recoil, was praised for its gunplay because your bullets actually went fucking straight and it just felt so much better. And then they added it back. Like I just don't understand it. No matter what anybody says, I feel like other mechanics apart from spread are so much better for balancing weapons. More recoil, more damage drop off, worse hipfire spread. Like just anything other than horrible ADS spread. I feel like it's just such a lazy way to balance and make weapons stand apart from each other. Because now every gun in the game has almost no recoil, but some of them you just can't hit shit past like 40 meters because your bullets go around in a circle. And unlike past Battlefields like Battlefield 3 and 4, you can't control the spread nearly as much in this game. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they've rolled back all of the good stuff. So many of the settings in this game just seem like they don't work properly. Like in the display settings, going from completely high settings to completely low settings, visually the graphics look very, very similar. And because of that, my frames, at least on my system, barely go up going from completely high to completely low. Future frame rendering, a setting in Battlefield 5 that did increase my input delay, but gave me like 40 extra frames in Battlefield 5. In this game, it maybe gives me 5 or 7 more frames, but still increases my input delay by a noticeable amount. DLSS also makes my screen a lot blurrier, but once again, barely gives me any more frames. It feels like all these settings were just kind of like slapped on, but not actually implemented properly. It's so weird. It really is disappointing because I still genuinely have fun with the game. A lot of that has to do with Sundance, the specialist with the wingsuit. The wingsuit and overall movement in this game is actually really fun. I like flying around to different parts of the map. There's so much different shit going on, and that's why I enjoy Battlefield, and that's why I liked MW Ground War so much, and why I was looking forward to a new good Battlefield. It just, unfortunately, because they released it in this state, it doesn't really matter what they do from now on. People have already forgot about the game, and their last impression of it is how it released in this horribly unfinished, buggy, shitty state. And because of that, viewership is already plummeting on Twitch, on YouTube. People have just moved on. So without a doubt, it would have just made sense to fucking wait until the game was actually finished. Because yeah, maybe you got your initial sales, but now people don't care about the game. It's not getting any views. More people aren't seeing the game. It sucks. A lot of people are comparing this to Battlefield 4's launch and how that was horrible, but eventually the game became, well, probably the fan favorite of the series. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I wouldn't be surprised if in 6 months this game actually is really good, but that doesn't fucking matter. The game should have been like that from the full release. So yeah, I don't know. I still think the game is pretty fun, and it does seem like the developers are trying to fix it. I don't know how much of that is damage control or not, but yeah, for example, Drunk on Twitter, one of the developers used to be a competitive Battlefield player back in the day. This dude needs a raise, man. This guy has been replying to so many people on Twitter about different bugs and features in the game. This has to be like some of the best communication I've seen from a developer on a game, which makes me really want to believe that the developers did not want the game to release in this state, and it was probably out of their reach. So yeah, who knows? Maybe the game will recover and actually be good in the future. From some of the stuff that they're announcing, it looks like they're going to try to make a battle royale, or at least that's what it looks like to me, which would not be surprising because they need some kind of scapegoat to come back from their absolutely fucking horrible launch. But looking at how Firestorm went and how Hazard Zone went, I don't have a whole lot of faith in that either. I will say Portal is actually pretty good. Recently, they added 2042 Rush, which is 16 versus 16 on the 2042 maps. They're just condensed to the 2 rush zones. It is actually pretty good. It feels like what I think a lot of Battlefield players would like. It runs a lot better. Input's okay, but the mouse movement's still messed up. It just feels better because there's not 128 players. So yeah, they're already making good changes. It just sucks that like nobody's really gonna be there to see them because the game's already dying on Steam and on Twitch and on YouTube. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you for watching the video. If you want to, you can go and follow my Twitch, Twitter, everything. It's NateGibson. I've been streaming this game a shit ton, as well as I'm going to be streaming a bunch of other different games in the future. So if you want, go and give me a follow, please. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.